One of the things I'm most excited about in Daggerheart is the central mechanic of the duality dice, hope and fear. Here's a quick video on how they work. Pick two d12s and decide in advance which one is your hope die and which one is your fear die. If you're rolling in person, it's a good idea to pick dice that are easily distinguishable from one another, like dice of different colors or sizes. If you're using a VTT, make sure it has a dice roller that shows you what you rolled on each die when you roll 2d12s. In Roll20, for example, the first dice roll might always be the hope die, and the second one always the fear die. Every time you want to accomplish something more complicated than a basic action, like opening an unlocked chest or door, the GM sets a difficulty for that action. Then you roll both your hope and fear dice, and add any modifiers that you might get from abilities or traits. If your character has a +2 for agility, for example, and the action you're trying to accomplish is to leap over an obstacle, you would add a +2 to the roll. Or if you have advantage or disadvantage, you would add or subtract a d6 from the roll. Or if you have any experiences, there are lots of different modifiers that you might have. With a dice roll in Daggerheart, there are 5 possible outcomes. Failure with fear. If the sum of your 2 dice and any modifiers is less than the difficulty the GM set, and the number on the fear dice is higher, you fail the action and the GM gets a fear token, which they can spend in a number of different ways that will usually make life more difficult for your character. So you fail and something bad happens. Success with fear. If the total score is higher than the difficulty set by the GM, but the fear die is higher than the hope die, you succeed, but the GM still gets a fear token. When this happens, you'll usually accomplish your goal, but there will be some form of complication. You succeed, but something bad happens. Failure with hope. If the total score is lower than the difficulty set by the GM, but the number on your hope die is higher than the fear die, you will fail the action you wanted to accomplish, but you get a hope token. These can be spent in a number of different helpful ways, to activate an ability or help an ally, for example. So you fail, but something good happens. Success with hope. If the total score is higher than the difficulty set by the GM, and the number on your hope die is higher than on the fear die, you accomplish your action and get a hope to spend. So you succeed and something good happens. Now the 5th outcome is a critical success. This is the best possible outcome. You critically succeed if you roll the same result on both dice, even if it's 2 1s. You gain a hope, and you can clear a stress. We'll cover stress in a later video. This idea of mixed successes is great in a narrative-forward game like Daggerheart. It adds an extra layer to successes and failures, rather than just a binary win or lose. If you want to play a game of Daggerheart, you can come join me over on Start Playing. I'm running the one-shot Sablewood Messengers Friday, May 23rd at 11 p.m. British Summer Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We'll be launching a full campaign the following week. Can't wait to share this game with you.